Dr. Christy Ennis. If you are watching this video, you are probably full of sit. In fact, if you live in this country, you are most likely full of sit. That's right, you heard me, S-I-T. Unfortunately, we are sitting more and more, which means that our posture is getting worse and worse. And poor posture can lead to pain from the head all the way to the toes. So we've got 5 exercises today to help loosen and open up that body and get rid of some of that pain. If you guys are looking for personalized advice and answers to your questions from me, check out my membership options, which will be in the link below. Exercise 1, we're going to open up those shoulders and strengthen that back a little bit at the same time. So getting next to something sturdy, you're going to rest your back and your head against there. The further out your feet are, the easier it actually is, so you can play around with that. If you can, a little pelvic tuck. If your body's like, no thank you, then just keep it in a comfortable position. You're going to bring those arms up. You're going to gently squeeze those shoulder blades back, and you're going to slide those elbows down. So again, actually opening up the chest, strengthening through that mid back, and you can even add just a tiny bit of a chin nod, and now we're working those stabilizing muscles through the neck too. So about 5 repetitions here. This next one uses a lovely little squishy ball, and it has to be squishy. You can get these at the drugstore, Walmart, the grocery store. I'm going to show you two. You can also use a sweatshirt to roll up or a towel if you don't happen to have a little squishy ball. This is going to go about at shoulder blade level. If it feels okay, you're going to straighten those legs all the way out and let yourself relax against this ball. You can use a pillow or something to put underneath your head if you need a little support in your neck. But already you're opening up the chest, and actually you may have heard a little snap, crackle, pop in that spine as we're mobilizing that spine a little. From here, you're going to take and you're going to bring, I'm squeezing my shoulder blades gently too, forgot to mention that. And you're going to bring those arms like a little snow angel. So we're getting more mobilization through that middle part of the spine when we move our arms, and we're opening up that chest a little bit more and opening up those shoulders. So about 5 or so, although this one I just love, and so I usually do 10. All right, for this next one, you need a band, a towel, a strap, anything you got lying around the house that you can hang on to. So you're gonna bring the band in front, and I'm gonna scooch my hands out. Band's gonna come overhead, so I'm already starting to work through those shoulders. Try not to arch your spine as you do this. I'm gonna bring them out even further apart than my shoulders are, and I'm gonna come behind. Now, you may have to stop here if you don't have the mobility in your chest or shoulders, or, years of swimming, you might be able to bring that all the way behind your back. And as you go through your repetitions, you might find that you're able to get a little bit more motion too, but don't worry if you can't get all the way behind, just until you feel a nice stretch and an opening. Again, about 5 repetitions. Okay, on the hands and knees to start with this one. You can do this in bed if this is not comfortable, but we're not even staying here. You're gonna sit your butt back as far as you can. That means if it doesn't go all the way to your heels, that's okay. If you have to stop here, stop here. If you can go all the way back, awesome, do it. You're gonna bring one hand behind the head. I'm gonna tuck this elbow towards that opposite arm. So I'm working on rotating the spine and, oh yes, stretching out the back of that shoulder. And then I'm gonna rotate open. Again, stretching in through the shoulder and in through that spine. If that is just not an okay position for your body, you can come all the way up onto hands and knees and do that same thing. You'll just won't have quite the same stretch, but you'll still get a benefit from it. Okay, una más. I'm learning Spanish right along with my son right now, so he can tell me how I'm doing. Okay, so one leg's gonna go back, and this is actually the leg that's going to stretch. Other leg comes forward. You can hang on to something if you need to be a little sturdier if you're feeling wobbly. But you're gonna do a tiny bit of a pelvic tuck and engage those buns. From here, you may already feel a stretch in the front of that leg, right? So we're getting that hip flexor, which gets crunched down. If you don't, you're just gonna bring your body, keeping this little tuck, bring that body forward until you do feel a stretch. So I'm really working on pushing my hips forward versus just leaning forward. And if you want to add a little bit more oomph to it, which is not in Spanish, but maybe you can let me know how to say that in Spanish too, you're going to bring one arm up, same arm as the leg that's in back, and I'm going to grab onto that wrist and add a little bit of a side bend. You can play around and even twist up towards the ceiling. Now we're getting that whole side body in too. And like me, you may just want to stay here for a little bit. But see which ones of these feel the best for your body and make sure you do them multiple times a day.